Hello, this is Solomon. We're going to be looking at 1v1 between Super Crumpets and Rolling Thunder. I'm positive I've come across this person before, but I don't really keep up with the name changes that much of randoms. But he's just one of those Diplomats guys who only plays Diplomats FFA. Whenever he actually does play 1v1, he does it on Diplomats, of course. And this game isn't... It's interesting. Somewhat. It's not a super high-tier gameplay, but I'm just going to explain some of the decision making involved. So first things first, this might be interesting, but Super Crumpets doesn't play Decryption, and he doesn't do that because it's Soviets on 1v1, and he picks Soviets. So, like, the only things he's going to do is infantry rush. It's like you already know what he's going to do. What is interesting, though, is that Super Crumpets is sending a secondary HQ over here instead of doing it right here. And I haven't asked him why I did this, but the reason is, like, even though the enemy's infantry rushing, it's two choke points, so you don't really have much terrain to defend. Like here, like it's easy to get enveloped and pushed against the river, but these two locations, it's a choke point the enemy has to go across, so it's actually easier to defend this than it is to defend this. Another reason, which is, well, we'll see shortly. Double blitz. Oh yeah, he's not playing blitz for some reason. But yeah, he goes depots and barracks. Three depots from Crumpets to get 5. Rolling Thunder is also going 5 depots. Now here's the interesting thing. It's an armor base from Super Crumpets. And he's not building leads. These are too slow, they're garbage. What he is going to build is Stewarts. Because by building the armor base here, he has a much easier way to enemies depots and flank. And he can put out tons of counter pressure with his Stewarts. If the enemy does try to push into here, he can make leads and slaughter him at the bridge. This barracks is like kind of pointless. Then barracks right here. Now this is the where things start to go wrong for Rolling Thunder. Like, I don't know why he built an AT base. Like, it's still a pretty easy win for him. All he has to do is spend make like 5 million infantry and send them straight towards the HQ in here. Then Crumpets still doesn't have enough material to like actually defend against that. But Crumpets is probably counting on Rolling Thunder making subpar decisions, like spending 50 supply on an AT and an AT base and an AT gun for one Stewart, which is like, it's just stupid. You should have just made 10 more infantry and ran down here. Or you should have just went straight to an airfield and got Ceramics if Super Crumpets started going Shermans or Persians or something. The AT base is just weird. Yeah, so then both Stewarts die. So, like, yeah, it's actually really not good for Crumpets. And imagine if Rolling Thunder, if he had 50 more supply, you go make 10 more infantry and it would be game over. The Stewart dies. Because of course it does. Like how some of these HG shells aren't even hitting the infantry. It's pretty funny. Say I don't okay. So it's 9, 5. Yeah, like I don't know why he retreated from this. He could have kept on pushing, at least killed the depot. And he probably could have pushed it towards the barracks. And again, if he had 10 more infantry instead of just wasting money on an AT base, like he would have pushed through and won the game. God, this is ridiculous. And he's not even pushing it. This AT gun isn't even pushing it, doing anything. Like, he also could have done this once this stalled out, or at the same time. He could have done an one or two AT gun push, probably just one AT gun push of infantry into this secondary base, an armor base over here. And the barracks is so far away. Like, he could have done that too. But he didn't. Absolutely pointless. B11, that's a waste of money. Like, he's already lost control of the situation over here. What's the point of trying to recon this forest? See, Crumpets has had an ambush advantage in the forest right here, and he still lost that fight. Like, you need to play fanaticism. Again, if he had just a couple infantry from earlier, he would have pushed through and won the game. Now Crumpets goes airfield, which is the correct decision, because right after the opening, you pretty much always go airfield, if the opening doesn't air itself on a map this big. We have Ishax. Another B11. This is so pointless. What's he trying to recon? That's a Willys. This is a Stewart. You can tell by how fast they're going this year. Don't actually see them. Like, these are 15 supply each. That's so much money. 2 dead B11s right here. That's 30 supply. So if he didn't keep up the initial pressure, like, he should have gone air right away. Instead, Crumpets it up first. So at this point, it really leads me to think Rolling Thunder didn't have a game plan beyond infantry rush at the beginning, because now he's just playing. Like, ever since the first AT base, he's just been pretty much purely reactive. Oh, that was a nice strafe. Depot going down. And Crumpets got Mustangs because I've said before how sometimes you don't need advanced fighters. You can just stick with basic fighters in AA. But this map is so big, you can't put AA everywhere. And plus, on a map this big, speed really matters. And the 720 speed of the Mustang versus the 540 speed of the Warhawk is really, really big. You can do sorties much faster, get out a lot more sorties through your aircraft. Secondary base right here. Another AT gun for some reason. Was he really trying to send that to defend against the Sierra right here? That's ridiculous. Waste of money. Depot's coming out in an AA bunker. See, here's the biggest problem. Rolling Thunder, like, he's not trying to do anything except just build more yaks and more depots. But the problem is, yaks are just, obviously worse than Mustangs. Well, they're less cost effective. It's 20 supply for a 3-star fighter versus 25 supply for a 4-star fighter. So, like, you can't keep on building yaks because they're just gonna end up, he's gonna lose this fight unless he has a lot better micro. But he literally does this for the rest of the game. He should have tried making AA or something. So yeah, Crumpets has a depot advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rolling Thunder has 5 depots. Crumpets has 7 depots. Although these ones are about to run out, but still. Then Rolling Thunder only has 1 fresh. Okay, now he has 2 fresh depots. Crumpets has. I suppose he also has 2, but now he has 2 admins too. So now Rolling Thunder goes for this, which isn't necessarily. It's not necessarily a bad idea if you can get points, since he has more aircraft, but like, it's kind of painful since he has no follow-up. It's kind of hard to tell who came out ahead. But, like, he lost a lot of yaks. Crumpets lost some Mustangs, but I mean, Crumpets is ahead in economy, so that was actually really bad for Rolling Thunder. Again, he's just gonna keep on building. Like, he has 2 airfields. He just keeps on building more yaks, so I guess it's gonna lose against Mustangs. A bombing run. Crumpets actually gets recon panic. Oh, so it's two light bombers. They don't actually kill the secondary base. I thought that was very, very interesting. They had to been one bomb away from killing the secondary base. Another air fight, but I mean, it's Mustangs versus Yaks, so. He surrenders. Yeah, rolling Thunder just had no idea how to play the early game. It was really reactive after the first 2 minutes, which is bad.